Konnichiwa! Konnichiwa, Japan. So, for today, we will going to know the educational system of Japan. But first, let me give some introduction about the country, which is the Japan. So, the Japanese government implements Gimokyoho, so which mandates every Japanese to finish elementary and lower secondary levels. So, most students attend public schools through the lower secondary school. So, however, private schools are popular at upper secondary and university level. So, Japan is one of the world's best educated populations, which consists of 100% enrollment in compulsory grades with zero illiteracy. And they produce also a high amount of graduates every year. 100% graduation rate for elementary and 90% in secondary school. So, to begin with, we have the Ministry of Education closely monitors curriculum and textbooks. So, uniform levels of standards all throughout the country. So, most schools operate on a 3-term school year. So, with new school years starting on April. So, the average school days consist of 6 hours. And the vacations are 6 weeks during summer and 2 weeks for winter and spring break. So, we also have here the Japanese education system, or what we call the 6-3-3-4, or what we call the 6 years of elementary school, 3 years of junior high school, and 3 years of high school, last but not the least are the 4 years of university. So, here are the age brackets of educational system of Japan.
Konnichiwa. So for today, I'm going to give you a little history about the country Japan. So, Japan island country lying off the east coast of Asia. It consists of a great string of islands in northeast southwest arc that stretches for approximately 1,500 miles or equivalent to 2,400 kilometers. Through the western North Pacific Ocean, nearly the entire land area is taken up by the country's 4 main islands. From north to south, there are Hokkaido, Kyushu, Shikoku, and Kyushu. So Honshu is the largest of the 4, followed in size by Hokkaido, Kyushu, and Shikoku. So Japan was settled about 35 years ago by Paleolithic people from the Asian mainland. At the end of the last ice age, about 10,000 years ago, a culture called the Jumon developed. So Jumon hunter-gatherers fashioned for clothing, wooden waves, and elaborate clay vessels. So according to DNA analysis, the Ainu people may be descendants of the Jumon. So the second wave of settlement by the Yayoi people introduced metal working, rice cultivation, and weaving to Japan. So DNA evidences suggest that these settlers came from Korea.
In preschool, they are called Yuchin and Saikido. Not an official part of the Japanese school system, but it emphasizes on necessary life habits and working independently. In elementary education, they are called Shugaku. Tuition fee is free, but school supplies, school lunches, and books have to be paid for. Emphasis on the Japanese language. Subjects and Geiko, or formal speech to seniors and elders. Next, focuses on mystic and sciences. The English language subject becomes mandatory in the 5th and the 6th grade. Non-academic subjects include Shudo, haiku making, music, handicraft making, physical education, and moral education. To continue, there are different interesting facts about elementary school in Japan. So first, school lunch is provided on the standard menu, Kyusuku. to instill the virtue of equality. There are assigned land duties, which is the reason why there are no canteen services in almost all Japanese elementary schools. Next, in the lower secondary, or which is known junior high school, they are called Chugaku, covers the 7th up to 9th grade. Instruction is intensified and heavily reliant on the lecture method and is routine-based. Extracurricular activities are given more attention.
We also have the curriculum. Curriculum designed and created by Onobusho or the Ministry of Educational or MEFT. We also have the subjects. Subjects include Japanese language, social studies, science, art, music, home economics, and physical education. We also have the facilities. Buildings are plain but functional educational facilities, including libraries, music rooms, art rooms, gymnasium, and playgrounds. Swimming pools, science room are similarly equipped. We also have the admin or the staff. Teachers are 60% are women. Teachers at different grade levels each year. Doesn't reprimand students much but guides the class in correcting each other's behavior. Supervise the lives of students outside school. Requires license or a bachelor's degree, 4 years past professional, educational, and licensure exam. And lastly, the distribute among professors every 4 years.
Employed unmarried 23 years old teacher with no dependents has 2.5 to 2.10 million yen. A 40 years old head teacher with a spouse and 2 children has 5.3 to 5.8 million yen. A 55-year-old principal with a spouse and no dependent has 7.8 and 8.7 million yen. Head teachers help new or weaker teachers improve teaching skills, instruction, or classroom management. Assigned in sending weekly or monthly news letters to parents. We also have the principals. 90% of principals are men, responsible for all students' activities, the schools in PTA and outside groups, school symbols and expectations. We also have the classroom management, has 34 to 45 students, extensive training from the first day of the child's school career in the routines and rituals that make up the school day. Teachers teach students that they are responsible for their behavior. Students are taught to the pride in conducting themselves in an orderly and efficient manners.
School calendar. Classes normally start in April and ends in March in the following year. Field trips happen in May, spring season, annual sport in September, autumn season, 3 long vacations. Summer break starts late July to late August. Winter break start late December to early January. Spring break start to late February to early April. Graduation in March less significant. Konnichiwa! Japan is known for the high-quality educational system. If you decide to study abroad in Japan, it's worth noting that the educational in this country is decidedly esteemed. You can spend a summer in Tokyo with Seisin University, or enjoy the historical old city of Kyoto, home to one of Japan's largest universities. Although studying in Japan is generally not difficult, good preparations can help you to maximize your study and stay in the country. Therefore, you should prepare ahead by doing the following. Choose when you want to study carefully. Arigatou gozaimasu!
Here are some tips why is it good to study in Japan. In terms of their educational system or university, the achievement-based system implemented in the Japanese educational structure has produced some serious results, consistently ranked in the top 10 countries for education. How could you not be excited to begin your study abroad in Japan program? You can spend a summer in Tokyo with Caesar University or enjoy the historical old of the Kyoto, home to one of Japan's largest university. We warmly welcome you to study in Japan. The Japanese government regards the promotion of student exchange policy as one of Japan's most important national policies and is proceeding with various comprehensive programs to meet the goal. What are you waiting for? Japan awaits you! Arigatou gozaimasu!